small industry over here. This is the beginning tiles, so it's very grid-like. Even though I'm starting to break away from the grid, it's still a grid over here. So we have to do this because this is going to be all high density area eventually, and all the suburbs are going to be moved further out. What I've done, I've prepared a freeway through here. I'm only using 2-lane roads at the moment, but I've prepared for where I want it to go, and that'll be our next tile. We're going to hook up over there. There we go. We're going to hook up over there to the freeway, which is going to cut this bit of freeway out because I'm not going to buy down to there. So we're also going to buy this tile next to the oil, so we can get the the oil over across the freeway on the right hand side. You can see the brown patch there. That's oil. We've got our ore area ready to go. We've just bridged across here, and this is going to be all the suburbs area. We'll probably run the rail link in through here. Not too sure about metro yet. There's a way I might be able to snake it through here and get a station in here somewhere, but we're going to have to wait some time until it's all ready. Now, I don't waste money. We're only 3,900 population, and I've already got $76,000. That's with the schools and that down there. The reason I was able to do it was because of this ROCKWOOD Gardens Park. And it takes up all this area into this T-section, left and right. So anyone who's living here and they want to get to work, or if they want to get to the shops, because the things like the walk, they have to pay extra fee, $35 at the moment. $35 for every head that comes in, and that's every gate. So I've done it in such a way that if they come in this gate, they can still get across up here. So I've done it so that Sims will walk. If you provide them walking access, they will walk. So it's very bland, it's far from finished, it doesn't look like a 4-star park. But I only put down what I need when I need it. So, for instance, our schooling. Well, speaking of the devil, we need one more school now, so we're going to get one over here. I'd like it to be in this vicinity. Get rid of these and put it in behind the shops here. Get rid of these guys. Get rid of these shops as well. And I only ever build dirt roads until such time as we're in probably around 15 to 20,000 population. And that's because it saves a lot of money. Having dirt roads are very, very cheap. When you run sealed roads and the builder's not established, then you're paying a lot of money. So at the moment, I had police at 100%. That's because they had a little crime wave. I'm still yet to put down a fire station. There is, okay, none. And that's the reason there hasn't been a fire. When there is a fire, I'll put this down. But it costs $560 a week. We can afford it. We're making over over 10 grand a week. But there hasn't been a fire. So I'm banking $560 a week, that what I normally wouldn't have, by putting it down. Same as the police station, $480 a week. I had no choice but to put that down. There's been some really big crime waves, so I'm running that at 50% now. I've dropped it, so if the crime wave comes up, I'm going to have to up that to 100. I don't need another police station yet, and I don't want the Sims to level up too quick. I just want to keep it keep it on the low down. That's why it's another reason why you leave the dirt roads in. You don't want them to level up too quick. I only ever play on 3 times the speed, just when the beginning of the game starts. So what I did, I'd had a single dirt road out here and down here, and I was running 3 speed until I'd filled in this area. Then I dropped it to 2 speed for this little area, and now 1 speed. We've gone our 3rd section of the city blue. Generally, when you've got a population of around 4,000, you really only got about $20 or something, or $200 or something like that spare. I haven't taken a loan as yet, so, and there's no need to. My income and expenses are outweighing itself. 19,000 income, 7,000 out. So that's why you only build what you need when you need it. And my park areas are making me more money than our level 1 housing. Okay, so housing at the moment is at level 2. We don't want that to get any higher just yet. You get more tax money the higher the level goes, but you don't want to level them up just yet. Okay, that's the commercial. We don't want them to get to level 3. So there you go. An industry never really makes a great deal of money. I've just put down forestry, and we have farming. So imports and exports. Took a while. Traffic's at 94, but that doesn't really matter. There's only 4,000 people in town, so traffic doesn't come into effect just as yet. We're importing a lot of agriculture, and obviously oil I can't do much about just yet. And we're getting a good chunk of wool. We're exporting a lot of goods. Now we need to export a bit more so that the clock looks about 75% of that circle. So we've got another quarter to export more. So we need to get a little bit more of our industry here, which is generic. I just call it industry. There's our forestry. Okay, I'm not going to build in this area till these trees grow back, because this was generic industry. I've now made it forestry, and this is our agriculture. So we've got to get some more agriculture, a great deal, and we need to get some more genetic industry. So I might just put a row at the back here. Just ran a row of 5. We only want 4. We'll get a little bit there. Our street system is controlled. There's one ways here and there. Most of it are the small 2 lanes. I may have to upgrade this to this larger road, but not yet. So we just got to wait for the traffic. These are temporary connections. We're going to have a connection here, a proper bridge connection here. We are going to have a connection there. This one's going to run down across there when we unlock it, so you've got to pre-plan everything. This one here will be a contingency road. It'll turn into a, well, our main, it won't be a collector. So, and we've got our freeway ready to go. It's just sitting in dirt until we buy that tile over there. So it's only early days, but it's all coming together well. And this park is making us an phenomenal amount of money, and it's far from finished. So there's no great rush. I do have to put that school down, so that's why I paused it. I think 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. And this should accommodate both. Can you get over? Yeah, it's going to let us. Just over 1. Oh, yeah. God damn it. Alright, we'll put it in the centre, I guess. No, wait. That's another idea. So, I want the high school and the primary school all here in this section. So it's not really going as planned, but the high school will end up coming here, and then we'll have a park and a basement. Actually, we'll probably put that one in there, but we don't need it yet. So build only what you need when you need it. So the cost of another high school, $560 a week, and you outlay $24,000. We don't need it yet. We still got space for 100 students for this one here, and if we put that down, then all the residents over here aren't going to take their kids through the school that's making $30 a head that goes through, or $35 a head that goes through, to get to the school. So not only will we be cutting money off, but we're also spending $560 a week more than what we need to. So build what you need when you need it. And like I said, we haven't even got a fire station down yet, okay? Generally you'd have probably 2 in these vicinities to cover the areas, but we haven't had a fire, so I don't need to outlay $560 a week for a firehouse that's not needed yet. I don't want them to level up too quick, so that's why we're doing what we're doing. We do need some more housing. And no, we don't. We're going to hold off. Always keep the blue bar, your shopping centres, your commercial. Always keep that bar at 50% or higher. Don't let it get under there, because you'll end up in all sorts of trouble with employment. Speaking of employment, we're looking at 8% unemployment, which is okay. 5% is good. 8%, see, it's going down because we've just put the generic, a little bit more generic industry in there. Got our farm out here ready to roll, but I've got to wait on those bars to catch up a bit. Very fine balance between success and failure in this game. It's very easy to fail. So that's why I have no parks down. I don't have anything that's not needed just as yet. We're heading towards the ore, and it's very grid-like this because it's the very beginning. We're starting to break away from the grid here. The plan down here is put ferry and rail plus metro and all that along here, which I'll paint in now. May as well, I don't see why not. And that'll continue to link up with the rail here. So I'm going to try and keep all this area free. So I don't really want to build on this backside yet until we unlock the rail and stuff like that. So we will get metro soon enough, but all this here is vacant, and just so anyone who sees it, ferry all the rails and that's all of our interconnections will be down through this side. The freeway is going to come through here, hook up over there, so this will be an interchange in this area eventually. If we grab that tile over there, it'll be a three-way interchange, so we're going to need this area in here to be vacant. Okay, that's how you've got to plan. You really need to plan this way. All this area here is out of bounds until such time as we get the interchange done. And I like to do this just so I remember not to build in the area. Call it inter. There's an N in there. Because my dog needs to go to the dunny. So that's the interchange. So we are rolling at the moment. Let my dog out. Come on, mate. Come on. Alright. Now that he's taken care of. So needs some more power now by the looks of that. And water. The water's down because of the power. To our budget. I'll be stingy and just put 5% on. Just about 2 times the speed for the moment. See if our water's going to run short. I hate how this game does this. Try and draw straight lines and it'll just shake you. So you really need to, and we run short of room for more commercial. We can put that along the collector here and use that as an avenue for commercial. Considering this is going to be a real touristy, high populated area, especially when high dense unlocks. So having commercial there already is already a good head start. We're going to run it all the way. We're going to curve that around, bridge over here on the high side. Let's move all this mess on the ground. Clean it out. Don't want to hit that rail line, otherwise there'll be no trains running through. And when I put the rail down, the game's going to take some time to realise it's reconnected and catch back up. Drop that back to there. And we're just going to put just a standard connection through here. There will be an interchange here, so that's why that's there, just to remind me. So the smartest thing to do, more than likely, would be to bring the connection out here, which is just enough away. Might actually, this one will disappear. That's not going to stay there. That's just to give the farming access through this way. And probably, I think it might be wise to bring this out 12. We'll put a nice bend on this. And let's get rid of some of these trees. There is a tree limit, so I like to keep the trees as much as possible, but if they've got to go, they've got to go. And as you can see, the bridge needs a bit of work. We should have dropped it down here. The reason we didn't, because we are going to do this, so we need housing. Better get that first. I'm running 2 times. I didn't want to. I forgot I was doing it. So we'll give them 2 blocks and that's it. I don't care what the demand is. If you get too many people down at one go, you're going to end up with death waves. And that's what you don't want. You don't want death waves. These guys have got shopping here, but I want these guys go through the park and do their shopping here as well as go to work over there. Alright, so that's the whole method of it all. Probably just put down half the tile here worth. And we'll take the centre out. And I always leave one grid square in all industry, because you don't want them stopping on the corner to do their pickups and deliveries. Alright, always leave one square on each side, so you can fill that in by putting down pathways such as these ones on both sides. I'm wasting money by doing this, but this is a good example of what you can do. I've also left a lower affair through here, but I may bring this road up later to hook up here, so I'm not too sure yet. We're going to leave it, but that looks pretty good. This road should actually, all the industry roads, I like to do in the small 2 lane, which is this one, and that'll give them a designated turning lane for each way, but there's no need to spend money on upgrading these roads. They're $40 per section and they're 32 cents a week. If we go to the dirt, 0.19 cents a week. So it's worth keeping your dirt roads for as long as possible. And I only put down sealed roads that are necessary, that show the main routes that lead you to and through the city, that like your arterials and your collectors, which links them all up. So yeah, so I think it's time now that we have a look at employment. It's a game of balance, and we're pretty right everywhere. We haven't unlocked universities yet, and I don't put library down yet. I've got 3% unemployment. I might have to take away this bottom section of farming. Right, that can come back later, but we need our generic industry to be the main exporter of what we're doing. And at the moment, we've dropped a bit. So we need to be 75% export of generic. So I may even take some of this forestry out. I will. And that will bring us back in about 5 minutes time. We'll recheck it. And that should bring our generic back to being the major industry. Generic industry is vital to be minimum 75%, above and beyond everything else. So when it levels up, you can actually delete one block and they will start again from level 1. And so each time you put new citizens down, like these guys, start at level 1, they'll go over to the industry areas and take the jobs that are level 1 jobs. So everything's a balance. Everything is a balance. Our unemployment now, and looking at 5%. Somewhere between 9 and 12 is pretty good. I find that's the best balance. We're just going to, in the process of making this will be the freeway and the interchange will be here. So I'm just going to make our first kind of small interchange, which is going to be temporary for some time. So we want them to come down here, alright, and 90% of them are going to be living that way. So we're going to do the same as this here. And so we want them to come off here and 90% of them will turn left. So we want them in the left lane, we don't want them to cross traffic. Same as the ones coming from that side of the city. We want to build in such a way that we want them to turn left. So we want them to come down here and always make a left-hand turn. And that way they're not crossing over the traffic, and it can eradicate the need for traffic lights, which slows down the traffic, and which is not terribly good. So I'm just going to go ahead and complete this. Probably 140, that's not much to play with. We'll cut this back. So looking at 220 and we're out 1220. We're out 160, 182. So probably call this 240. Put a little marker down here. That way we can curve it around. I want it to look fairly decent, so we're coming out 220. Right there, hook that up. Look at these trees because we have a tree count. do level up, I want to make sure I have as many trees as I possibly can have. Brings that back into a 90 degree. Alright, enough of the fun bit. This either works or it doesn't. So this is going to widen out to a 3 and then a 4 lane, so we want to come on the end here, just 120. 120, also do the same. 120. 120 there, and we go. Short avenue. 240, I think that went 260. Doesn't really matter really. Get rid of that now. We'll just use that as the guide. That when we're putting the bend on, this is 140 wide. And before we put the joiner in, we put a square piece down of 140 there, a square piece down 140 there, and then we just did the standard curve road. So when the freeway's in, it'll all work pretty well. Now we're going to come off here at a slight angle. Alright, we're going to come off here the same at a slight angle. Where's the bridge piece? There. Call that 340. We'll just hook these up. Now we'll hook on 520. It's two 520s, so just get and make sure that they're dead square near each other. And because of the bend and the interchange is going to overlap here, we want to pull this one in a little shorter. Pull it in at 240. Ah, why did that not bend? Oi! I don't have much of a choice there. Alright. Go. These will eliminate the need for traffic lights if I build correctly. So just get our two-way roads. There's no need for freeways yet. I'll just put some more housing down now. It's been a couple of weeks. We'll just fill that in. We're going to have probably another block. So they'll be 4 wide, leave a space, and then we can put homes there. So we will put 4%. Alright, no need for employment yet, but these will be 4 wide. Alright, and take up that much room. And I'll give a space between the houses for a footpath up there with trees, and that'll help keep it quiet. Be enough housing there. Don't want to overdo the housing. We'll just have one final look at the high school, not yet ready. We've got plenty of education available. I'm not putting a library down yet, there's no need. Put a library down, they'll start to level up quicker. I had to put a medical centre down because they started getting noise pollution. And I've got 3 cemeteries down, which is overkill now, but I need to fill 5 of them to do my final unlock. So they're down there ready to roll. No fire station because I haven't had a fire yet. I'm not going to spend money I don't need. You build what you need when you need it. We'll continue to finish this now that that's done. Just going to use the 2-lane roads. This is just like putting down an arterial road until such time as we build it up. So there's no need to do these sections of it yet. no need to do that section, it doesn't go anywhere. So just want to start using the tarred areas, and we'll continue to build. This is on console and it's extremely hard to do on console. Turn it all around the right way. Alright, and same as here. This way straight out. What's going on? That one? Why? Why are you doing that? Okay. On PC you can hold the mouse down and you can run along here and they're all good. Alright. We're going to take the away now, which is temporary. We'll leave that one there. I'm going to have to do a proper one here and a proper one here, make them connect in the middle. May make it one way over and change it when we unlock that tile up that way, but for the moment it's exactly all we need. So they're going to come up here and get on this way. So if we do put a freeway down now, we're just wasting money. Okay, these guys should end up using this little bit, this dirt road in here, and they'll access that way. These two industries I haven't separated to help for traffic. There's a two-way that leads on here, which will probably upgrade a little bit wider road. I've left room for it, but this is one way in only. Okay, so you're not going to get the traffic. Generally they'll exit out that way, but if they want to run through the city and further out here, all right, you're not going to have all the industry traffic sharing these two close quarters. So that way in, that way out, they can come in this way as well. So it's just about planning what you do, and I will speed it up later, but I don't want it to build too quick, too fast. If you're running 3 times all the time, the game uses 3 times as much power, 3 times as much water, 3 times as much traffic, and you look at your first grid square and you've only got 5,000 and you're like, how is it already populated? It's because you're running 3 times. So some patience. When you think you have a plan, constantly re-look your roads, constantly check everything. Eventually it'll all come together. So this will be an interchange that's going to wrap around the top. We'll see when we get there, but we won't get there for quite some time yet. Our housing area over here is about to run out. We're leaving all this room spare. Rail, monorail, train and ferry connections, so they're going to take us across the river there. So we don't want to build in here to destroy it all. I don't like to do it that way. Sometimes you have to and you don't have a choice. So we've unlocked oil, we've also unlocked ore, and we've got all our good roads. Again, no need for it yet, not until high density gets unlocked. My tax rate, everyone says you can't go over 12. You run 13% tax rate on these mongrels, okay? And until high density unlocks, you'll get 13% until the cows come home every time, until you hit 7,000 population, or 7,500 depending on your map. So you can run 13% tax rate. It's an extra 3% from all industries, all commercial and all residential. All these big YouTube guys who are fantastic builders, they're way better than what I could ever be. They just guide you wrong with the tax, all right? So if I go ahead and seal all my roads now, everything will level up, and then I'll have to drop it to 12%. So keep your dirt roads down, keep money in the bank. I've got $213,000 for only 4,600 people. You'd be lucky to have $30,000 in the bank, maybe 40, if you build the way that they tell you to. At this rate, I'll be looking at around the $1 million mark when I unlock high density. And And that's when your traffic really gets put to the test. As soon as you start using high density. So, as you can see, I already use traffic management. Okay, not everywhere. There's no need for this because that's not a thoroughfare. This is the main thoroughfare. They all have to give way here. This just leads into residential and a little bit of commercial here. Have a look at our unemployment, 8%. We can now put down just a little bit more industry here. Probably 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 by 4. And that'll probably be all we need just for now, just to get that down to about halfway. A little bit more residential needed here. That space is reserved for the high school in this area, same as I did them up here this time. But what we can actually do while we're waiting on this, I don't do a great deal of straight away of getting everything upgraded. I'm going to go as far as the inner lines between the roads update. I don't want to have to build my fencing again. Just do a little bit of detailing here and just get it ready. Also run that up under there just for some security. It can come a little bit further out, but I don't really want to. Console, man, it's so hard to get these things straight. Seriously, it is an absolute effort. Righto. Do it just a little bit by a little bit at a time. We're going to give the kids, need to give them some eating tables. Kids being kids, we'll just spread these out a bit. Right, about there. And now, Jesus, I'm giving some crap to play on. Just near their eating areas. Get one of them there. These here, maybe where's the bigger one? There's the bigger one. Chuck that in the middle. A couple of seesaws and whatnot, whatever, you know. Stuff for him to play on. So that's about it for there. Go through and just do a little bit of decorating, nothing serious. Just something, a little bit of colour. Being a primary school, infant kids. Give them some shade. Right up the back there. Two. On the side. Probably put a row of flowers up here. It's extremely hard to do on console. It looks absolutely garbage when you do it. Just like that, you see. It's so hard to get anything square to work out right, so on console, give us a bit of a break there. It's not easy, as you can see. It is extremely difficult to try and run straight. Anyways, no point complaining. Put a bit of bush on the boundary here. See what I mean? It is really difficult. This will also cause people in the area to level up, but not too much. Not over the top. Bigger one. There we go. Colour in here. These 4 ones in there, one in here. on, let me do it. Come on. Come on. Alright, and just to finish it off, come on. God damn. Right, anyway, we're gonna get a bit of colour here. Whether the game allows me to or not. I do want to know a tree there. I think these ones for a slightly tinged green. Let's get rid of that. Put that one in. And that's our primary school. Welcome. How are you looking? You're looking at 9%. Still not comfortable putting the industry down. But we will finish off this little section of it here. Just make sure that we just stay one little bit back. Right, you don't want to be building right on corners and stuff. Okay, because you're going to end up making the traffic much worse than what it is. How's our park looking? What do we need? Level 5. We need 10,000 visitors and we got 2014, that's fine. When we get to level 5, we'll be able to charge people $40 a head to get in. Every person you see in here is giving me $35 times every gate that I have. And we have 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 16. We have 16 gates and every one of them are being used. We've given them access all the way around. And if you go in the park one way, you don't have to go out and pay again to come back in. I'll put these over these steep bridges. They really should have steps showing on one side. And look at that. We have a street light that is glitched through. Hit your head there, fella. Hit your head. There's our high school looking. Okay, we are now due for another high school. We are 11 students over our quota. Maybe I'll use. We want to jam it in there together. Put them together here so that it's different. Maybe our primary there and just along with this work on the high school behind it. I don't want to put a high school there, I'll put it over on this section. The reason I did this was to leave 5 squares so I can put down the park. Doesn't really give them much of a room now, does it? Okay, I'm going to steal this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to steal this area off the farmers, unfortunately. Sorry, farmers. Progress prevails. Must do what we must do. Because it's a school, I'm just going to seal these roads. Alright. And that's got commercial on it. So we'll put a dual lane there at the beginning to give dedicated turning lanes for it. That one's no longer needed. So put some trees in there. That'll give crossings for each of them. Probably not the best place for it really. Could probably chuck it on the end, but it's different that way anyway. It's a cheap ass school. Right? It's a cheap ass. It's got a little bit of playground, nothing much to ride home with. Going here. This might even end up being a secondary road that runs through here along the school. So it'll probably change the bicycle lanes, but whatever. Get our high school down there. Just make that room. Right, and then next to that high school, not right now because I don't want to spend the money, but we're going to put a basketball court, and next to the primary infant school here we're going to put just a small play park, and probably we'll end up putting one of these plazas on each side. That one won't fit. Doesn't matter, we can have the front of it facing this way, they can still use it. So you can see we're on a slight bit of a hill on here, so we're going to have to see how that works out and pans out. Let's go. We have problems with theft. We're just going to put this up to 100 and get maximum police cars out there. I'm not going to put down another police station yet, it's not needed. Just speed time up just a little bit, and it looks like power. If we up the power, we might not have to put more water down as yet. We'll see if this dissipates. No, definitely not. We are going to have to put down our second lot of water intake. I like to keep these slightly apart from each other. If you put them too close together, they can actually draw all the water towards them. So if you've got these tucked up real close, you're asking for trouble. And it's always nice to have them sunk down really low. And now we'll get our stink over here. That doesn't matter. That can go as close as it wants. It really does not matter. Try and sink him down low. And one final thing, they're still hooked up with power, and these guys are close enough but far enough apart they're going to be able to share the same power. So we're doing alright. We'll leave the power where it is. We'll drop this back down to 85. I'm trying to save and sprint for every penny I can get. We're going to have to put down a new residential area very shortly. This was actually going to be for the library and that for the high school, because we will need another one eventually, so I want to leave them, put some housing there. Our employment is 9%. Not great. I don't really want to do this, but I'm just going to put a little bit more commercial there. Police still haven't come to get some of these guys, but they will do. They'll get him. Policies, I'll show you guys what I do. Only policy I ever run is 15% policing budget, which is why I only need one police station, right, until we get to high density unlocked. If you put recreational use on, you'll have reduced crime rate, but you're paying 15% more budget, and you get a slight increase to your tax income. Okay, it's very good. Parks and Rec, if you want to do it to a small suburb, as say as this one, and you've got one park in it, okay, but I wouldn't put it citywide, because what it does is it dips into your profit 20% for every park and plaza. Alright, that doesn't include these parks that I've done here. Okay, I have no reason to build them up any further. The entertainment value here is already above and beyond what the next level's needed. So entertainment level needs to get to 1120, we're at 1627. So no need to spend any more money on anything like that. And we're just waiting on more people to use the park. It's going to take some time to get to level 5. And I'm fine with that. So 4,800 population, we're raking in around about 11,000 a week. Okay, we do have to get down some more housing. Our schools are looking good. University, there's already people waiting, but that doesn't unlock until high density, 7,500. Electricity up 5, water down 5, and that'll keep. As far as garbage is concerned, so I always put one tucked out here in the industry areas. You can see that these are now starting to grow back, so they're not looking all dead and shabby like these ones here. And I'm actually going to remove these. We haven't had a fire yet, but that will definitely bring a fire to the coal station. So these shabby trees, just pull them back a little bit here. It's not going to affect the forestry green area. If you look at the map, you'll see natural resources, it's totally dark green. So we can afford to kick these back here, which will stop any fires existing. Alright, and that's our agricultural land. I'm only going to use probably half of this. I'm going to put housing along here and no closer, because the interchange is going to take up quite an area. There's our ore, there's our oil over there in the black across the freeway. Don't need to unlock that tile yet, we're going to concentrate here. And it's time that we start getting some more area for residential. We're going to leave them ones there, those trees. Just going to get rid of some of these here. So $560 a week I'm gaining by not putting down a fire station, and there's no fire yet, so that's just, it's profit. I'll wait a little bit. I don't understand why we need more employment when we're sitting at 9%. That doesn't really make any sense to me. Majority of people are adults. It's probably time we put down our retirement village. Right now is a good time. Most of our population would be good to put it here to get the full coverage. We don't need it for agriculture or forestry. So these guys, not too many, but whatever. Whoop. Bloody hell, we'll run this straight through this way. So I want maximum coverage. We're going to spend $600 a week and $22,000 up front. We may as well get it right. So I want a space of 5 on each side. Okay, and on the back we can run our footpath and all that to give bus access, foot access, all sorts of access that these guys are going to need. Run that just to the end, 60 off that way, 60 off that way, and then we can run these ones. Come on now, straight through. Gee, gotta be shitting. Alright, I might just do one in the centre as well. Right, and then we can upgrade it later. I don't think this will work right now. You could even put trees in there. It would look nice. And red would look nice, wouldn't it? There's no upkeep extra to these. Alright, and let's give them... We're going to slow time down to 1 speed. Give them a bit of maroon out the front. Some nice bushes on the outside edges. And maybe some palms just on the entry. Oh, they're a bit big. What about these ones? Too bushy. We use the smaller palms here. They were a bit big. There we go, and then we can go through and do all the decorating and fencing, all that yada yada stuff, but not right now. Alright. I should probably concentrate now on a little bit more residential. I'm going to leave this area free. We may put the university here. It's in a good position. People can use the parks to get through to there. Maybe. This is our money maker here. Yep. Alright. We'll have a quick little flyover. And the benefit of this is it will show you, sometimes you miss bits and pieces or something will stand out with these flyovers. So it's a couple of minutes having a look. It's always worth it. You'll be able to spot where traffic problems could be and everything. Gives you a bit of a helping hand. And we've got a lot of decorating and that to do, but not until we seal all the roads. Which is not going to be until high density unlocks. By then I'm hoping we'll have $1 million in the bank, or 1 million credits, or whatever the game goes on. I'll call it dollars. And we'll be sitting really good to start running the first section of the freeway through. And we've got one more available, and I'm thinking maybe this tile here. Whoops. So if we unlock that tile, we'll have just enough room to run the interchange through to there, but we're not ready for that financially. What we got here is already overkill, well and truly overkilled. So we're going to break away from the grid now. We're going to run this along the edge of the ore, and we want a nice square bridge over the top of this hill here. Alright, so get rid of these without hitting the railway line, because I haven't got the railway line unlocked as yet. And if I hit the railway line, we can't fix the rail line up, and by the time we unlock the train, it'll take forever for the train to come back through. So I'm trying to get the most flat part of this hillside here, and that looks like right there. Don't forget, we're going to double up the rail. Let's use this as the guide. Right there's where we want to be. And we'll use that as our guide. Up 3. I'm going to pull back. Let's see, how far out are we? We're 10. I want to leave a gap of 10 under it, so we'll pull back another 10 here, get rid of that and that. Up 3. And I want to do this to make sure that we're not going to interfere with the next rail line that comes through. Over there, over 1240. There is 440, so we're coming up 440, and then 1240. Turning is the maximum. Oh, you idiot. Are you shitting me? You gotta be shitting me. Righto. 440. And there you go, now we've got room for the other rail lines. Come down 1220. And we're going to have to arc this around just a little bit different. I want to come out definitely 10 each side dead square. That's going to allow us to put our connections and whatnot through there. And we're going to do a little bit of an S, I guess, this time. With a nice curve. And we'll bring this one by you. That has caught me out so many damn times, it's not funny. go this way. We'll get that. It's almost square, which it is. Let's fix this little section up. It's ridiculous. That's much smoother. This will be a 6-lane arterial all the way through. It's going to hook up at the end here with a way to exit out through the bottom part of the city instead of going right up through. This will more than likely be the next arterial, and this may eventually become an arterial 6-lane road as well, but we're keeping the businesses down here. See, these guys have leveled up, alright? He's now sitting at level 4. Alright, that's what we didn't want. And the reason he's there is because the retirement village is here, the park is there, the school, and so all these people are going to be pretty much leveled up. Unfortunately, it's not what I wanted, but losing 1% over the others right now is okay. And we'll get this other residential area going. I want it to run alongside and not so much come off a collector road. I want to give a good distance here. 10, 11, 12 off the arterial, which is 240. We'll run it to here. Let's remember that rail line's going to go down here. This will probably be lifted or dug through the ground, either way, I'm not sure. We may even run the rail underneath it, but the train is going to run down here with the major station, the bus, monorail, metro, all big connection in this area, as well as a ferry. So yeah, I have to be mindful not to take too much area up. And that's going to lead us down to here, which is going to be full on residential, absolute residential. That'll branch out towards the oil out there. So I don't really want to unlock that tile back there. I'd rather go across the river that way, and then we give our ferries plenty of fun to play with. So what I'm going to do now is go into freeform. And it's going to do some really weird shit. We'll come back from this way. Yeah, I better put another connection just in between them here, because it's a bit wonky donky, as you can see. But this is how I break away from my grid. I'll follow the collector. Get that one screwed up. Put a temporary straight in. Come on. There we go. Get rid of that. That's way too close to here. Residential is coming, so let's now give a collector. May as well go with the whole collector, which will become an arterial, of course. Alright. Get rid of all the traffic lights. We don't want stop starting at all on it. That shouldn't be there, that shouldn't be there. Alright. Now hopefully when they move in, they'll come down here. Okay, it's time we upgrade. It's starting to slow the city down. They should come up here and they should make a left turn, and we'll get rid of every second one of these. We'll get rid of that one, and that one. Right, but not right now. We just want them to have access so that they can move in. Only build what you need when you need it. 460 is the maximum. So that's how I did it all across. Sort of game sheet, something like that. Start branching out this way. It's very frustrating, this game sometimes. Especially when you first kick the game off. It'll always make you go one too far or one not enough. You see, 440 to 480. It just tries to just scam you. Alright. Make sure they stay at 90. This is our next little residential area. We may as well just branch down into here a little. Degrees works for me. That should do us for now. I'll run some power over. Now we know we're not going to build in here because the interchange is coming, right? So we've got to keep this area free. All right. Anything here and over is fine. So our first home. We'll just knock on the head from here. And we'll just cross potential freeway. We'll just cross it over here somewhere. Come on, game. Alright. Get our first houses down now, and come on, game. So you can see we're starting to branch away from the grid. But what's good is that when we do eventually make this the city area, okay, because that's the whole planning. This is the flattest part of the whole area. Look at the topography. Alright, lots of big hills, gullies. Okay, it's really hard to build a city on such land like that. You're cutting in the land all the time, you're building it up, you're flattening and smoothing. You can do it, but it just takes a lot of money. So this is where I intend on the city being the most part of the city, with a nice big park right in the middle of it, with all the high density, all the offices, all the main unique buildings, all the skyscrapers, all in this area. We'll eventually take the farming out and grab more farming that's over there. So the farm will be over there, probably with forestry, and the genetic industry will be moved between this side of the freeway and over there. Perhaps if we take that tile, that's also a good area for a pretty big generic industry area, but try not to make them too big. Right, that dude's leveled up. Okay, so we can get rid of these. No, we can't. The power line has to stay there to keep the power running off that power station. Otherwise, if I get rid of that, the city's only running on 2 power stations, and the garbage waste will have a power station to its own. So just be cautious, think about all of that sort of stuff. The Sims generally don't move in until there's a school or some sort of asset. You can get some funny shaped buildings out of this one. That, go back to fill. Yeah, it's real dodgy land. Real dodgy land here. And just let them build in a little bit, not too much for starters. So we're actually going to go straight, give us some better blocks. 3 before. Always makes a decent sort of house. We'll also get to that one. We don't really want that on the bridge. There will be another railway line here. There will be the major railway line here, and then a rail stop will also be here before it ventures into the Never Never Land. So let's go ahead now and continue. That's a 12. You take 2 off. Back on the freeform. Alright, this is where we're going to start doing things a little different, I guess. I want to break away from the grid, but I still want maximum density. Try and square up with that one. Alright, that's going to give us a little bit slightly different shape. Alright, and if you look at any street directions, you'll see that not everything is just complete and utter grids. So let's give these guys, what do we need? We will need rubbish out here, and we can bring that out of the ore area. So I'm going to go ahead and start preparing this ore area. But we are not going to build in this area. I'm going to leave all this area here free. Alright. I don't want to come in here at all for anything. Alright, this is the area I'm going to need to put these 2 freeways together. We are getting traffic problems here. Might actually pause the game. Not a very smart thing to do. These guys are going to want to have a little bit of work here. So let's just give them just a couple. The unemployment rate to sit around at least 8%. No higher, no lower. 8% would be fine. It's probably time that we put a connection in through here. We should do that. We do have the freeway. We'll just run 2 lanes. Developing this area. This will always stay 2 lanes. We don't need to go that way yet because we're not heading that way. Give these guys fuck off. Shit, this game out does shit like that. It really fucking annoys me. What's going on out here? Neighbours are having a bit of a go at each other. Pretty cool. I could sit around and watch that all day. Anyway, back to it. And we'll just continue the 2-lane freeway. That'll also entice the Sims to start coming up this way and start diverting the traffic directly away from this intersection right here. So, and that goes into 3, which is now we drop this back to 1 lane. Alright. Why has it got 2 arrows facing out? You've got to be stupid. It should go 1 and 1 anyway. So lane mathematics. 2 lanes plus 1 lane equals the next section 3 lanes. Alright? 3 lanes. For instance, we've got one that comes off, and by rights, this should go back to 1 lane, and that'll always give a designated lane. Alright, but what we're going to do is we're going to eventually, we're going to leave this be for now, and I'm going to give them 2 lanes to go through. Alright. So if I am going to use lane mathematics, let's give that 3. Alright, that's going to give them a designated turning lane across. That's going to let these guys come out and take the freeway that way. If it gets busy, I'll turn that into 1 way, and eventually it'll be an overpass bridge through here. And this road is going to lead up over the freeway. It's not going to join the freeway, it'll go over the freeway and up to that area up there. So I'm always thinking ahead, the next stage, you know, what to do, where's it going to lead, you know, you've got to do that, because if you don't, you'll end up finding yourself destroying a whole ton of homes, and your whole map will just start to deteriorate each time you level up a little bit more and a little bit more. So it's not good to do what I just did here, but generic, we need a little bit more, just a little bit more. Probably seal this one now. This sealed road. Anyone, if they're coming to give coal here, the trucks, the coal trucks, not one there yet. Ah, there's one there. Have to come all the way down the end, turn right, and then go up into here. So I think it might be worthwhile losing that one building and giving a connection through there. I think that's wise. We want the cross traffic all to stop. So this is the main entry, it's a collector, and we want all the traffic to have free rein running up to there. So make every cross street stop, and that just helps things out. So now the coal trucks can just come straight up here. And we now have 2 lanes, one designated left and right. Usually I would do industry in all of these 2 lanes, but no, we're going to put singles through, and by doing that, it designates these work as collectors then, and it gives them designated turning lanes, which is always a good thing. That's done, that one's done. That can stay dual because it runs right the way around. It can stay dual. Fill it in, there we go, and that is going to be our generic industry completed. I'll give another block here, and we've got room for just one more block, and that's going to be it. Then we'll start getting a bit more forestry and a little bit more agriculture. Before I can work it up, I want to get rid of them, and I don't want them any more there. As long as our power is still connected, and it is, so we're looking pretty good. We're looking good. We're making great money. We're now up to 12,000 a week. Fantastic. We're approaching the $500,000. And if I was running this at 3 times the speed, there is no way that the traffic and all that already would be this good. Alright, so patience is the key, especially when you start getting it going. It's absolutely crucial. We're going to need that area too, by the way. We are going to need that area. Not Not just yet, but we will do. So now we've got the farmers coming down here. They're using this one. Eventually, that connection will become an overpass, and it'll probably become something more like this, just here, and that's the one that will hook up. Sorry, this will hook up to the freeway just over there. It's where the oil area is. Now in this game, this all runs out. So this whole black stuff, I don't build anything on it. I don't completely flood it out. Alright, I just build ore in little sections at a time, and then when the ore's gone, then I'll just leave the roads there. Then I'll build over a little bit more, move the buildings over a little bit more until eventually it dissipates and is gone. Same as the oil, it dissipates. There's more ore up the back over the other side of the freeway over there on the edge of the hill, and there's more oil there. So these places are crucial. Plus we've got some oil over here somewhere, over that side. But anyway, we only get 12 tiles. Unfortunately, console maximum 12. The standard game is 12. I would like to have 32. So we've got a little bit. These houses here are getting a little bit of noise pollution. So they might eventually dissipate, and if I put down a park, it'll be there. So a park will fit in here, and these houses will go. University would be centralised. So a good spot is near the park. So university might go here somewhere. Not too sure exactly. I was looking at this area, but I think over here might be better. We've got dual lanes here that wrap around the commercial. Everything else will go back to single lane. Okay, so just trying to take care of everything. We don't dual lane this because this is a residential, right? We want to keep the main traffic on the highest speed roads, and that's how you can manipulate the traffic. So it's the best way to go about it. Now unemployment is what I was meaning to look at. Traffic's 94. We're going to get a little bit of hurry-curry along here until we fix it up. Everywhere else is fine. Import exports. Okay, we're starting to look good now. We're exporting a lot out of our generic industry. That's perfect. We're not importing anything to it. So this is sustaining our city for what we have now. So there's no need to put the extra down. There's no need to fill in here with more generic, and that's good because I'm going to need this bit of room here to build a connection to this freeway here. And I'm just going to mark that down. I'm going to need all of this room here. So I'm going to take that bit out. And that's pretty much going to do it. We'll just call this an inter as well. We're planning it, but we don't need it yet. So we don't need it yet. We've done lane mathematics, coming in the city on 2 lanes, and now they can move over to the right hand lane, which most of them will do, to turn right. They can dissipate through there into 2 lanes, which is good. And by rights, even though there's no traffic coming this way, we'll give them lane mathematics here as well. So designated right and a left. Hopefully I don't want traffic to come out here and want to turn right. That's not what I want, and that'll cause a backup, and if we start getting that, then I'll have to build that interchange there straight away. It's going to be tricky being on a bend, but it should look pretty good. It's not too bad of a level. We should be able to run another railway line underneath here, given the topography of the land. It goes up to a big hill here. This is where we can start cutting through, start making the map look more realistic, breaking away from these grid type of things. Put a 3v2 in there. These houses look dicky, but every now and again it's alright to have one. And if you see, I'm not just zoning a monstrous amount of housing, because if you do, they all move in at the same time, and the game mechanics, they all die at the same time. And then you end up with a mass death wave. Pretty much brings your city to a collapse. Employment, 8%. We are not going to give any more jobs at the moment. We want it to sit around the 8-9% mark. So here, I just want to put a slight little bend in. I don't like the way it is. Can't handle looking at it like that. Try and get in between these two. Take that out and run this straight on now. And that's a lot better. Alright, a lot better. Alright, so we're looking alright. It's very grid-like. I broke away a bit here, but it's still a grid. We're approaching the 7,000. Between 7,000 and 7,500, I'm going to seal the roads. Industry is screaming at me that they want some more, but the unemployment level is telling me don't. So, only 2,000 unemployed. I don't want to cause problems with my industry. So, they are screaming out for it. I think we've got enough farming, forestry. I might just give them one block. Not a whole block. Oh, hang on. That silly little one there. And I need to put that down to carry the power through. So I think we'll go this way. 2, 3, 4. We have a gap of 4, and I'll do another 4. So when these two build, I'll try to keep them in blocks of 4s. And that'll give maximum usage of all the land space. That commercial's only there just to people who work here, got somewhere to go and get some lunch. It's probably not enough. I probably do need to put a secondary one down, but they can always come one more block down and go to these guys. And these guys are levelling up, which I really don't want. Not yet anyways. I'll probably get rid of this road and this road, and this is where the university will go. Let's check our schooling while we're at it, and we do need to put this down now. This will raise our births, okay? At the moment, if we look at our graph, however you want to call it, we'll go over to city info. On our statistics, and population changes, we lost a couple of people, not many, but the birth rate is what we're looking at. And as you can see down the bottom there, it's declining. Alright, people are getting older more than what. So this here is really going to help the population. It doesn't help industry, but if I can cover as much as I can in residential, which looks like that block there. Sorry dudes, that user ousky, because we're making way for childcare, which is going to make more births in the city, raise our population up. I think I might put an entryway to this road. I think I might do that. It'll make it look fairly nice. Oh shit, I meant to do gravel. Anyway, we're doing it now. I didn't want to do that. We want it to come there, and right there. May as well upgrade it now, I guess. And we'll put trees on this side and this side. Alright, let's put that down. I wasn't too happy about that, but what's done is done. This runs from school to school, so we've probably concealed this road now, maybe. still very hesitant about it, but it would benefit. It would benefit the city. So this school's fairly much done. A couple of little more decorations. We've got to do this high school, all the other ones as well, but not until another garbage out here too. That's what I was going to do. We're looking. We still want more work. 8%. That's where you're staying, and we're not going to stray from that. This interconnection will be raised, okay, so what the frig is going on here? Okay, so it's going to be up 3 levels, which is 1, 2, 3. It'll be up that high, and that still allows roads to go under, so we're still going to be able to collect from underneath the interchange when that eventually gets built. We do have to seal this one here. No, we don't. Forget that. So how do I want this to look? And that's going to dictate the angle and flow of coming through here. I don't want a connection too close to here. I don't want a T intersection that's going to come off these, so I want to come somewhere in between the two. Alright? And depending on what I want to maximise this area. So don't really have a grid, but I can kind of use the games grids to get me fairly square through here. I don't want to waste any space. That is not good for anybody. I'm going to run a dodgy road just around the outskirts of this, and then we'll see where we go from there. That'll do us there. Now we want our collector to run down the guts of that, which I think would be pretty much on this line. We'll use that as our squared connection. Actually, let's just get between these two. Oh look, stop being a prick. Maggot, look, wait a minute. We're going to fix this bend up. Stop the game again. I really don't know why I do that. Not good. Much better. We'll just upgrade that first section there. Some stoppages here. That will allow us to build some homes on this side and not really waste any land. Okay, so always trying to think ahead. Our ore is extremely dirty. It will get sick, and we have to be careful how we zone it. We've now got to check the schooling. We do just this row up to here. There's a little bit more housing. What's going to bring people here is a school. So we've got our child healthcare centre down, got our retirement village down, the school and the high school will be near it. There's no way we need one yet. Maybe I can take that school out of there, which may be the best thing to do. Get him out of there and we'll put our school here. Alright, somewhere in the centre, which probably off this road may make sense. Bring it out here. freeform this. Hopefully it won't be too bad. There we go. Put all of our guidelines and that back on. Strictly for that school. I am going to move it out of there. That one, this one. Right. And once again, these people on this side of the road are going to have to pay to get through the park and use that school. So it's all beneficial. Beneficial for me to use. Right, now people are going to want to start moving in. And we should see a little bit more action on the freeway eventually when people start to move in. Here we go. So it's costly, especially this early in the game, but it needs to be done. We are going to encourage biking, but not yet. We're actually going to wait. We're going to wait, and we're not going to put buses down yet. We're going to wait until the traffic starts to really show signs of stress. And I don't know why you're stopping, right? You goose. The game will do that. It'll just make vehicles stop for no reason at all, like that. Why? All right. No traffic coming. Okay, and they just stop. And the game does this. It really screws with you, but we won't have to worry about that because we will have a little bit interconnection there. We can actually get, well, we can't get ore yet because we haven't got the education level for ore, but we can put down industry here. We can put down industry, and then when we get the education level high enough, we can then let's bring it off here. We can then swap it over to ore. So they're darn keen on having industry. Actually, not there, not there, not there. We'll just give them a little bit. They really shouldn't have to stop there, but I'm going to make them anyway. So now these guys are going to have somewhere to work and they don't have to travel all the way down to get to work. Alright, we're going to put another park up here too, in such a way that, well, I mean, this might be a nice area for a park through here. So anyone going to the ore, and probably have some commercial out here instead of on the main road, which would make more sense to me. You don't want traffic stopping along there. So let us put the start of some commercial here. And not on the corner, thanks. We don't want anything on the corner. This needs to be free running. This needs to be free running. Okay, so old mate here has just been put out of business. He's been given the big swift kick in the butt, the eviction notice. You're out of there, stupid. And we're starting to expand and starting to take some shape now. Patience in this game is crucial. Play it slow. That's my best advice. Play it slow. You run it fast, you get death waves. You get just everything goes wrong. And that's my honest opinion. If you're in a bit of a hurry to get things going in the beginning of the game, that's fine, no problems there. But I really wouldn't recommend. There you going to have to up these now. We'll be due for a new... Oh, we'll drop the police back down. We're wasting money there. Let's just give them half of that. It'll be an extra $250 a week. We have got our buses unlocked, and our ferries, but we're not going to be using them right now. Probably, I mean, it's just not worth it. The upkeep cost of it all, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Now we can start developing over here, and hopefully all our traffic areas here will be fine. Another 1,500 people to move in, and we can start really making this, like start doing all the detailing here, making this all look nice. This street here will be a main collector street, which means we'll be putting these paths, deliberately left all this so that they can have a free walk path. Even though you get them on the sides of the road, these are actually nice and wide from here. So that's the edge of the park, and that's the key. From here back doesn't really matter. This will all be office space. So when offices unlock, when high density comes, these two rear blocks all the way through will all be offices, okay? And then the city will start being filled in behind it. So what do we got? Finally, we've got some water out there, and now we're going to run some power. Is that touching? Is that in the zone? It is just. We'll run our power out here, and we'll hook up to this suburb, and we're good to go. It's all starting to come together. We'll run 3. 1, 2, 3. Good on ya. Fuck, this game pisses me off, eh? That one there. We've got room for expansion. I haven't put down the ore icon yet. This will all be generic. So we're going to have more than what we need. Doesn't really matter. Whoop-de-doo. Let's get rid of this commercial. We'll put a block here and here, and they can collect from this power grid. And also it's going to keep the stink in there while we leave a 1-gap road in behind it, and we can also get a row, maybe 2, of housing through here. So I don't want to come any further out than here, so I'm just going to put a guide road, and that's about 560. That'll be our maximum distance out, so we can sneak the trains in through there. Fuck's sake, man. It really does piss me off, eh, the way these grid lines work. There we go, we got a block of 4. I get so annoyed when games are dodgy. It just annoys me. See how this is a circle? It should go to square. You go select, there we go. And then on the fill, it goes back to circle. That's close there. Maybe get as many people in as we can. Do us for now. That may be a little dodgy close. So let's bring him out of there. And these people can now go and do their shopping, and we'll connect, being residential, fucking hell, being residential, we can connect this up, and that's going to give us our little shopping area in behind here. I may have to come up just by 1 more. Oh, that skims just by the skin of its teeth. Oh, look, this isn't working. the way I wish it to. Off is the direction in which I wish this would fuck. There you go. I don't know what's happened there. I really don't. Please, Griffith, you're out of there. Alright. Let's get rid of that, because that's not going to turn into anything. You can't have 2v4s. 2v4s don't make anything. A little bit more generic, probably. Let's look at the unemployment. 10%. Very nice. That is what we want. Not there, not there, not on this side, not there. He's only there to run power through. Not really causing any trouble there. Well, that's it. This industry area is complete and finished. It's not. That's it. It's done. We'll work a little bit more on forestry now, and we'll get another grid of. Fuck's sake! Another grid of 4. How's our commercial? We've got a fair bit of commercial. Too much? I don't know. But people are in this area having to travel a little bit, which means traffic. So we can substitute that by putting a little bit of, we'll probably put some commercial just here. Maybe that's where, we'll put commercial here because we can demolish it later when we unlock university. We'll put 2 blocks down there, and I'm going to mark that area. I'm not quite sure if it's big enough for the university, but this is where I plan on putting it. So I may have to rearrange the roads or something, and that will unlock fairly shortly, same as Metro, which I don't really care about. I don't care much for Metro. If I do use Metro, it's never ever underground. There's other builds I've done where I had them underground, but I'm spending that much of my game money on it. I want to see them operate. I don't want to have it being a ghost underground the entire time. If it ever goes underground, there'll always be above ground stations, and it looks really effective. This one runs the whole way, so this is going to end up being a secondary. Yes, it is. So I'm going to seal this as a secondary road through residential, just a single. I'm actually going to put a bike lane down here, which is that one, just because this is a secondary that runs all the way through. It's a continuous road, and it's probably going to hold traffic. Probably just bring this out. Probably. Do I want traffic bikes to go over here? I don't know. We'll leave it there for now. Leave it there for now. And let's put some trees on it. Let's see, what do we want? Too big. Don't want palms. These are a bit chunky. So I reckon that might be okay. And if I'm going to allow bikes to run, then it's crucial that I give them a connection of their bikes to get from here over to their lane there. So the only way in which I can do that is steal the front edge, okay, and I'll leave the zoning on it, because I'll just leave the zoning on it, we are going to have to get rid of these 3 houses. Unfortunately, you guys have to move out. We've got the crossing there, so you better go too. We're going to put in a bike lane, a bike bridge. Apologies. Push bikes. 1, 2, 3. Continue this on right the way through. Right, now we're going to do a curve. I may not have given enough room. Oh no, it should be alright. There we go. And we'll also bring this down. That, are they similar? That sort of angle that way, doesn't it? So I should angle this way. Not that it matters. I'll square this up just because I have to. I can't not do that. There we go, dudes on bikes. The ones going this way that want to continue on, across the road here, right, cycle path. So, encourage bike riding, and traffic right now is 94%. It's not going to change, I don't think, but it's going to prolong. We also need another bike lane that's going to go out here between these guys. So, it would be wise to upgrade this one to the bike lane, which is this 4-lane road. It only needs to go from here. Now, it's not ideal, so I want to see how the traffic handles it first with the bikes. If there is a problem going over the bridge and this on and off connections, then I'll run a bike bridge over like we just did. And we'll bring our bike path up to here. That's the one there. Yes, there's 2 that look very similar. We'll upgrade that one and that one, and that lets people over this side ride their push bikes up here continuously, and they can go wherever they want from there. So we don't want bikes along here, we don't want anything along here. You're out of there. Whoa, 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 oh, that's police, that's right. And here's alright for now. This is on that corner, traffic's not too bad. For that single building, not good. These are able to come back, which is cool. So, all the dudes on the bikes already. Traffic has it dropped? 93. No, it's fluctuating on 7. That's extremely high. Probably, you know what, I don't like that. I'm going to take that section out and that section out, because it needs to be squared up. I cannot handle a bridge that bends in the middle. It's stupid. Alright, so we've got to raise that up a fraction. Get rid of this one, and we'll bring it back down 1 now. And that's because of the slant. But if we're looking at squareness, that's squared up, so much better. Much better. Fairly steep ramp. Could have curved it around face here. Let's just see while I'm here mucking around. 1, 2, curve. 1, 2. Oh, this is going to be tricky. 1, 2, whoop. sort of, it's a bit yucky there. Let's try that again. 1, 2. Okay, look, I'm going to deal with that because it is better, and I think I'll do the same here. This looks better as a wraparound. How far out did we go? To the block. 1, 2. We don't have enough room here, right? 3 square. Why? It's got to be the same. It's got to be. I can't not allow it not to be. 1, 2. Right there at 182. Yes. I'm going to have to change this a little bit. Maybe I should just do that. I think I should. It's already out of their house. Right, I need this room. Okay. There we go. Now, that's how it's going to stay. It's got 3 pylons. That has 2. Undulates up, smooths out, and comes down. Alright, that's it. Don't have to be perfect. You can also get a shot on the corner here. A little 3x3. Let's get rid of this one. He'll dissipate himself, but anyway. And we'll also put a walkable lane down this way. Okay. Let's decrease it here for these guys. Okay, give people walkability, and you're going to save yourself a whole hour of traffic. 2-story road. Good. Do the same here. That one is good. Hopefully that power's still there. Yeah, it's there to carry that power through. The city planner didn't plan this. Okay, let's roll. Trees look like not too bad here. These are the only trees of the old trees before the new upgraded ones we got. These are the only ones I still really use because they look good fillers. really good fillers. They look good. They're a nice green colour and they kind of blend in with everything else. So I use these ones as well and these colour ones, but the rest of them I don't use these giants. They've been overkill. Unemployment's sitting now at 12. So let's get some more industry on the run. We're not going to do that. No way, not on my watch. Let's give it half a tile. There we go, let's go. And we may as well start establishing a little bit more commercial for these guys. And I am going to seal some road here for them. Like this gives a bit of walkable path for them, and we'll give a small dual lane for delivery vehicles that are going to come through. As we continue this on, this may go over the railway line into this suburb here, so it's not only one bridge that'll carry, it'll also be a secondary, which would make sense. Stop, you stop, you stop. This way I don't have to change the traffic management later. So let's also, is that one the bike lane? Yes it is. Oh, was it? 2-lane road with median trees. See, it looks the same as this one. That is the one with bicycle lanes. And where's the, okay, we're going to run the bicycle lane along this one that goes past the school, and we'll hook them back up to the collector there. You stop, you stop, you stop, you stop, you don't go anywhere, stoppity stop stop. Please do stop. Way to the main there. Stop there. Alright. It's all starting to take shape. Slowly but surely. Getting closer to our high density. Main collectors here, and it still makes sense. I wonder if there's a way that I can branch in the centre. If there's a way that I can branch across to make one way that's not going to interfere with each other. I've got a little challenge here. Challenging spot, plus a really big hill on that side. A little bit of a challenge, not too bad. Alright, we are branching out. We're going to need another police station. I don't know if this trick's going to work any further. We'll get maximum cars out there now. Where we still have not had a fire. So let's hope the coppers get out to you. Complete this here. And we will give these guys a little bit more commercial, just to keep up with what we're making here, and that should keep these guys happy. So be a leafy little suburb, this one. But remember that that's the end there, because we're going to have the rail run through here, the rail connections. We don't want them whinging. Rail's going to come all the way down to here. It's still safe. and we're going to have a little fly over the top and just see how it all looks for the moment. I'm going to put the kettle on. I'll be back in just a moment. Nothing too exciting just yet, is there? That in a rush to build your city to 100,000 people. Take your time, enjoy the build, one milestone at a time. It also gives you a lot of time to think about things that you haven't thought about when you're already pre-planning. It's crucial that you get your planning right. It is absolutely crucial. When 7,000 population comes, that's the first test of your traffic. And high density unlocks. Traffic automatically in the game tends to double. Regardless of whether you put high density down or not, it just does it. And then your second test is a pretty major test, and that's at 15,000 population. If you can get to 15,000 population and your traffic still sit in the 90s and you're not having backups and roadblocks anywhere, you know you've done a pretty good job at planning. So if somebody built the exact same map as me, the exact same way, everything in the exact same spot, all their stats, their traffic, all of that will all be entirely different. The population, everything will be entirely different. If it was an exact duplicate of every single building, of every single placement of everything, it's never the same, ever. Alrighty, 11%. That's where I'm liking it. Elementary's good. We're going to need another high school in a little bit. Don't have any public libraries. When we get just over 6,000 population, I'll put my first library down. There's already eligibility for university. I can't do anything about that. Let's look at our health and death care. Let's look at our health and death care. So we've got 13.6 citizens, which that's quite fine. That one just leveled up. Heal capacity of 100. So that's all we're going to need until the hospital unlocks. Maybe that's a good spot for a hospital there instead of the university. Who knows? We need some water up that end. Nobody's died yet. Well, we got 89 buried, so 89 people have passed on. We're now getting 31 births a week. If I put another one down, we'll be up around the 60 mark. And average lifespan 71. When we put a second one down, it goes up to about 85. We're doing pretty well. People want their roads sealed. They want they want their land value to go up. Not yet, you don't. That's when all the troubles start happening. So when high density gets unlocked, that's when we'll start putting down the parks. Oh man. That's when we start putting down the parks and start raising the land value. So people are going to have to move out to make way for parks, and that's just the nature of the beast. This is a small block, so we'll fill that in, and it's just jumped up some more, so we'll get this frontage block as well. I don't really want a house down there, and get him on the corner, one back. So this isn't going to continue a grid, this is going to be
emoji smiling face with hearts.
Oh, g'day. Sorry I can't see your message, but I've got the voiceover that tells me. Thank you very much. So we're only early days yet, but it's all coming together. I'm getting ready for this interchange over here. So that's the tile I'm going to buy, and then I'll end up buying this one across this way. And in the meantime, I'll get some suburbia down here in this little quadrangle bit, and we're making room for some trains. We're going to double the railway when it comes through. I'm going to bring that freeway, and we're going to bring it in here, just while I put this scrappy road down, just to stop me from forgetting to not build in that area. And we're going to hook this freeway up. That's going to go across the river. Yep, thank you. I'm probably going to seal this school road as well. And we'll put a bike lane up there too. So I'm really holding off from sealing all the roads just because of the upkeep. I'm hoping to get about $1 million by the time high dense unlocks at 7,200, could be 7,000, 7,500. So far everything's rolling pretty good. 94. Okay, it's time we put our second police station down. Yeah, 7,000 is where it unlocks. We do have encouraged biking on, so go on my economy. I'll drop the police down to 50. We still haven't had a fire yet, so I don't have a fire station down. I'm sure we'll get a fire soon enough. We've got one police up over here, which is pretty good access right round. I think it's time we get one in here. Put him in the commercial industrial area. And there might be good, keep all them happy. And also cover our commercial. I haven't put the all icons on yet.
Link.
Let me just have a quick look at your comment there. The game download link. I'm on PlayStation. I actually got this game for free from being on the PlayStation network. If you're on a PC, this game is 1,000 times better. Just because you're not restricted in any way. There's so much more you can do, like get mods. And if you go to Steam, you can get it there. And all the DLCs that come with it are very cheap on Steam. The game's been around for 8 years now, I think. This is the 8th year I think it's been around. And it's a really good game. It's very technical. It's actual city planning. It's Sim City, but so much more advanced. You've got to take care of everything. It's not just build and go. Everything you build and everywhere you put it will dictate traffic. And if you don't manage your traffic properly and build according to your traffic, your city will collapse. Everything will come to a standstill, and it just, well, it's destroyed. So, just looking at my employment at the moment, I'll do a little bit, playing up a bit. So traffic 95%, it doesn't matter. I haven't got a very high population right now. So, what was I looking at? 11%. Alright. Get a little bit more industry. A little bit more industry along here. How much have we got? Let's give one road. Probably should seal this road for these guys. My coffee's ready. Just give me one moment and I shall be back in about 1 minute. Turn down the audio a bit. Put it on the loud side. I think 40 should be fine. I'll do a quick save while I'm here. So, one of my cities here, Springdale, 100,000 people, but the city's dead. It's just about to collapse because the traffic has destroyed it. And I've got all these high buildings, you can see, all the high dense, they're all in the wrong areas. The road structure's horrible. It was one of the first ones I built. Same as these ones, destroyed by traffic. This one, destroyed by traffic. That's my experiment one. It's got no money, no trophies. This is one I did, and I still have it, but it's not really working out the way I wanted. So I started this one, and it's going fairly well now. I'm really happy with the way this is going. So. Hopefully this is going to work out well for me. But yeah, you can get this game on Steam if you're on PC. It is on Xbox. It's also on PlayStation. I think it's around the $60 mark. 60 Australian dollar. I'm Australian, so I can only speak for what it's worth in my currency. So whatever is equivalent to your rate. I think we'll get a little bit more. The unemployment's 10%. 4 plus 7. We'll get a another 2 up here in the forestry. The farming's going pretty well. I don't want to run this farm area too high. And because it's a grid, I wanted to knock this bit down and get rid of the grid. So the grids annoy me, so that's why I've not really built. I want to keep the animal pens, they're the ones I like the most. There's no cows on here. We've got some pigs there and we've got some pigs there, so these are the ones I want to keep, and they're really hard to come by. So you've got to keep knocking down a building to come back, but eventually you get cows and all sorts of animals in those pens. And I'll have to build the road structure without losing them buildings, so probably bring a road down the centre, curve it around, get rid of this main road here, this dual lane. Probably get rid of it from there, but I'm going to work on that later. Just sticking to a plan that I've got and just trying to go by that. We're going to need a high school here too, so let's put a little bit of housing on this back. Skip that one, we'll leave the rest. And I only put a small amount of residential down at a time, so I don't get death waves. There's nothing worse than getting death waves in this game. It absolutely destroys everything you do. Okay, let's have a look at this. I can't do anything about this ridiculous connection until I buy that tile, and I'm not ready to buy that tile yet. The good thing is this collector here's not really got a lot of traffic on it, which means I'm not in a hurry to get this connector joined up to the freeway over there as another connection into the city apart from this one, which is good. And I'm not quite ready to open up the oil yet. I want to hold on to my money as much as I can and just slowly keep building this area for now. And I want to try and leave this area free. I'm not too sure how much room I'm going to need for this interconnection here, but I know I'm going to need a fair bit of area. So these are just down to stop me building any further in this area here. It's estimated the amount of room that I'm going to need. Bring this collector this way, and I will seal this road for them. Traffic lights, no, they're not come back. I'll get rid of that one. There's not enough room here. If I open that tile, there, it's going to bring us down over there. So between there and here, be able to manage that, which means I can bring the rail cargo terminal down there and put the rail cargo terminal down there, nicely close to that freeway, close to here. It means that these guys have an option of going up the freeway that way, or they can take the freeway onto the interchange, off the interchange and get through that way, or even come down through here. I guess this will become an arterial road, which is what I'm guessing, a 6-lane road, and probably continue over here as a 6-lane road to the end here, so I may have to build a bicycle bridge across, but not quite ready for that as yet. This freeway is going to run across to the other freeway over the river, over that railway line, and the freeway over there, so I don't really want to buy that tile behind me. I have no need for it. Instead, I think I want to go that way, and we'll take all this water area as well. Oops. So we own 2, that'll be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we'll be in this big square area here. We'll own all of this. So we've got a fair bit of water for the ferries. So from there down there, right the way up. And that's why I put this freeway in. That's the plan. We'll see if we shall stick to it. These roads are not too bad. They can stay as they are for now. It's probably wise to put a collector here. And we'll stick to our lane mathematics. Go to freeway. Go to freeway. It gives a designated turning lane for these guys in both directions. They have a lane, not interfere with traffic, even though the traffic's nothing. We've got 1,000 population to go. Nearly there. Back up to 11%. Just continue this a little bit further. They're not taking the ball at the moment, which is really good. Look at that. Find our collector here. And I'm going to do a little bit of traffic management on the road. We want that as an out now. We want that as an in, so we know that for sure. This is the end of the line from here. Make that a one-way in. We'll make all these one-ways, but we'll rotate them. We want that one to come out, so traffic's going to stay in the left lane and head out. And I think that might be the best way to go about it. We still have not had a fire. I don't believe it. And all my buildings won't level up until such time as there's a fire, because I don't have fire brigade down. There's no fire station. I've built 6,000 people without having to put down a fire station, which is great. So we're at 6,000 now. It's probably time to put a library down. And that's going to cost $400 a week. That's going to help with the education, the university in here. I was probably going to put the hospital there. I don't know. Hospital or uni, either one, which means the hospital might be good in this area. Probably these 2 squares. Hospital on the corner of here and here. I think that's what we'll do. I think that would be wide. So we'll call this hospital, right near the elderly care as well. I'm going to reserve that, because that's the best spot for the hospital. Right, university, hospital, elderly care, child care. Probably put the library right here. Or down where the bikes can reach it as well. That's where we're going to put it. That's where our library is going. Alright, should make a few people happy. Probably seal the road around it, being the library. Here's a bike lane. There's an entrance there. So we could continue a bike lane up to here. Is that the one? Yep. Put the bike lane here. Oh dear. Alright. Get that there. And that's going to let people visit the park. It's also going to take them to the childcare centre, visit their grandparents here along the footpath way, and also have the library, and then they can connect over the bridge, get onto this side of town and the other. So probably run a bike lane up here too past the schools. What did that get rid of? That got rid of that fence. God damn it. Alright, anyway. That was needed. And I think we'll keep the same tree theme. So I know that any tree on the road that I see like this is a bike lane. And when I plan my bus routes, I can actually go by that. Got a bike lane here as well. Entry there for the high school. Be careful of the trees in the farming area too. That will be a nuisance. Now, fix this up. We'll unpause the game anyway. It's not going to make any difference. I want medium because then the cars can't turn around. So let's see if we can get out here with it. Be able to get rid of that. Okay, and we should be able to get right up in the middle there. We'll put a median on this one. Oh, come on now. Oh dear. Oh no. Can do nothing about that. Oh, you bastard. You bastard. You bastard. Oh, this game can really annoy me like crazy. Just won't play, will it? It just won't do it. Just won't do it. This is very frustrating. Piss off. Piss off. Not what I want. It starts really frustrating me. This game, it doesn't let you do some things. Just put down the normal standard road out front. this is part of the game that I really dislike about it. Try the gravel road. Alright, we'll see now if I can upgrade it. Finally, righto. You dudes no longer have health. Let's sure upgrade this road now. And we'll complete this one. There's a standard given parking, but not in that bit, because that's around our main building. Coming off there. I don't want it to be a drive-through town. There you go, that should be okay. Not really what I wanted, but this game will not let you do some things. Maybe, not red. No, I don't like the look of that. Nope. It's not a bad package. Are they able to cross there? Yes, they can. Okay. I'm going to come back to this. We're going to start doing little bits of detailing now. 9% unemployment. We could use some more housing. Put a 2B3 on that one. We'll fill in these. That guy there, that guy there. It's a little bit more housing. Let's get back over here. Okay, over 500,000. Very good, very good. How's our... Now it's time for a garbage bin. I don't want to use any of my oil area to put the rubbish collection down. Also, we have police problem again. So we are probably going to put the rubbish bin here. The tip, the garbage disposal, and it's just out of the way of residential. But once it's down, it can't be moved. It takes a long time to empty. And that bit of ore ground there is invaluable. Once it's done, it's done. So now we've got that. We do not need a 2-lane road up here. Just single that out. We may be able to bridge that across later. Too crazy. Yes, that's better. Got your rubbish coming. Stop being stupid. I'm going to have to up the police budget. Go to 65, but I now have 2 police stations, so definitely no need for us to run 100%. Just those extra coppers. We'll probably have to leave it at 65% now. Harsh prison sentences unlocks at 7,000. And we'll save. And still not a single fire. Not a single fire as yet. So I've saved $560 a week for every week that we've been here because not a single fire. So that's extremely rare. Very, very unusual. All this area here is reserved for ferry, rail, bus, metro and monorail, so we can't build in there. We've got this little pocket here, and then we're going to concentrate down here. So not quite ready to move across that bridge yet. Alright, the garbos are heading on their way down. Not sure they can access through there. They may even make a straight connection. Which probably isn't too wise to do that. Not there anyway. Take that there. So it's mainly for the garbage. Right, so they'll pick that up shortly. And we can also build on the back of that. Just make sure we have our water running through there, and we do. Pretty much got all that covered. 9%. That'll drop it to about 7. And we've got a lot of trucks rolling in. The worst is yet to come. The 7,000 milestone is on its way. We don't need stop signs there anymore. We do need one there. These guys to stop, and we don't need him to stop, so there we go, the garbage truck's just picked up and just picked up, so we're good to go now. They're using that access road. Lovely. Traffic management is done. Let's seal this road now for these guys. And that should entice some more people to want to move here. Just make sure our traffic management is set. Not that we really need it in the residential here. Need to stop. People from the school do. That's not useful to us at the moment. Right. Let's continue this road somewhat. Start to break away from that atrocious grid. gap there, nice little gap there. Probably time to give these guys a park, maybe a dog park. Upkeep of that is $40 a week, so it's definitely worth it. First of all, the school needs its park, and it's not going to fit. Damn. Well, we'll put it next to there. It's made them happy. We shall also put a dog park on this side. Dog park would be quite nice on this side. There you go, those houses will blow back. Get some more people to move in now. The population is a little on the low side. Don't want to zone too many people at one go. It's not ideal. Our residential's holding up strong, as long as you keep that bar over 50%. So I'm actually going to take that and that away, but they're absolutely screaming for more. More industrial, even though it's not needed. 10%, okay, we can justify that. 6,100, people are unhappy. I don't really know why. Oh, because I destroyed some of their homes. That might have something to do with it. And so far the build's going pretty good. Everything's working as nicely as it should be. I'll just go to 80. I'll save game. So probably now our bikes at the mirror are pretty happy, they can get around everywhere. From the library, I think I might start sealing the roads. Well, we've got the roads sealed that we need to. Now there was a fence over here that's chopped out, so we need to fix that one up. So just while we're waiting for oh look, that's just not going to take it, so we're going to have to turn all the grids off. That now has to come out in this piece because we were a little close. Let's seal this road around the schools, and also so the cemetery can get out. We're just going to use standard road. Yeah, look, we've lost all of our fencings. I guess that doesn't matter. Get the schools some trees. And I'll get that through. And, look, I'm gonna seal this suburb, the first suburb. There's only a few bits of road here, so I've pretty much done it all. Industrial's done. So this side of the city now is fully sealed. I'm going to put a bike lane, bike lane road up the centre here to connect up. So I need continue these trees, and that's so when I put the buses down I will know where the bikes are running. Okay, that's how we do it. The bikes can get up and over the commercial area and continue on their journey. Come back and do this later, so we know that that's also a bike lane. We'll also continue that up this way. Okay. So the more access for bikes the better. We've got this as a main road straight through. We don't want them on the collectors, not if we can help it. University will be up there, so I'll figure these roads out later. So now we're fully sealed and tarred in this little suburb. It's complete, this suburb now. Down to the collector, over to that collector. So that's on this side of the park. That's the edge of the park, and that there's our suburb. Let's take the commercial out of it. Don't want commercial as part of the suburb. We can call this we'll just call it 1, so there's not painting all over the bloody map. So we'll just call this number 1. So when we do our bus line, number 1 is in here. Policies can we implore on number 1? Oops. I don't... Oh, come on, man. Oh, okay. Lucky I did that. I remember to drop this back down to 50. We're still running power at 100. Very strange. So much to do right now. Yeah, we're due for another power station. I'll start complaining in a moment. What was I doing? I fixed up the schools, didn't I? The fencing, yes. I just hope they don't run out of power just yet. I'm sure I'll see them starting to whinge. That's the red fencing we're going to use. Crack it. See if I can run this fence back along here. I'll put a nature fence there, I think, on this section. Run that down there. And continue the normal fence from this way. Fraction, please. Alright. Continue that up to here. And come straight across. Straight back down. Across to here. Come on. And we'll continue it with the nature fence just along there. So that's much better. Much better. Yeah, we don't want to lock the kids in, do we? But we don't want people to have access to the school either. So it's a bit of a two-way street there. Values up a little bit now. So, fine. There. Actually, I could continue to run this up. Oh, it's so hard to do this crap on console, I swear to God it is so difficult. Alright, we'll stop it there, and that'll that'll give power problems, water problems. Okay, so that's power. Yeah, most definitely. Now, our power plants, we need to spread them out. We don't want them all in the same area. So, when the trucks come in, they're going to dissipate to different areas. That one is here is because it's out of the way. And it's not wasted land, but it is a bit of a dead zone. So, I might actually put another one here. Right there, we've got commercial. Should I? Should I put one over here? And I think I will. I think I'll put a power station right here with the garbage. Put it on the back side. We're all connected up, and we are, so that's good news. This corner won't be used. We'll do that. This power line here. And we won't use that little corner. I'll just run this along. There, and we can now get that out. That's very good. Now the new power station is down. We drop the budget. Drop down to 85. Order up to 90. Things are running well. I'm going to get another 5% saved off that. Still not a fire. Touch wood. Fire station and not a single fire. I just don't believe it. I can't believe it. That is kind of mind-blowing a little bit. Here's the end of our water use. We're not building any further down this way. This is it. So this suburb will come to an end through here. Can use this area here as well. Put down a little bit more housing while I'm over here. Oh, we have got some. The game just doesn't want to put them down, so whatever. That's what it is. While I remember, continue our bike lane roads with our trees. That's what I was doing before. This suburb is done with them. These suburbs. Bike lane there. This one runs through. These are bike lanes for the moment, so we'll continue the trend. Trend there. Sort of here. I think I'll change those trees around the school. Yeah, we're going to change them. Back to these guys, I think. Yeah. Even though it's a bike lane, the main bike lane runs through here, so I'll just leave that for that school. I think I'm going to extend through here a little bit, but we can't put the ore down as yet. There's just no way. That a little bit more. So this is all generic at the moment. All this area here has to be saved, every little bit of it, because it runs out. So I won't be digging up ore at the moment until I put this icon on. If I click on that, it's going to show the icon up like the little tractor for our agricultural area, and a little tree for our forestry area. So that one has no icon yet, so we're not digging ore up, even though it's in the ore area. And you can't dig ore up until we put down a university, because ore requires well-educated people. And even though our citizens are not dummies, they're still not at the university level yet. So we're trying to get them there, but it unlocks at 7,000. We're getting closer. We've got plenty of education. I can actually drop education a fraction. Drop that to 90%. I won't. I don't like mucking around with education. Actually, it's a very slippery slope, and no need to put buses down yet either. So people are getting around just fine. The roads are good. Damn it! We'll up the power and drop the water a bit. That way we're not going to lose any money. So the traffic is what we're going to look at. And we're going to put a few parks down. So we're going to prepare for the high density. Still running 94, which is good. It's to be expected though. And these guys are all behaving. They're doing exactly what they need to. A little bit dangerous there. I should probably put a cycle. But then the bridge is going to be destroyed when I upgrade this freeway through here, so I don't really see the need for it yet. Build what you need when you need it, and only when you need it. Only when you need it. Just because it's unlocked doesn't mean that you need to put it down. I'm still waiting on a fire, which remarkably nothing has come of it. Not a single fire. Running up here, that will become a bike lane road, I think. 2 blocks away. Suburb off. We don't need dual lanes running down here. No dirt roads in here, is there? No. We do have other paths in. We'll complete suburb 1 first. Street lights on them, so it widens the street out. It looks a lot better. I should have done the same right through, but I didn't. And that's quite fine. I think I'll finish these roads off as well. That one, I think we'll use these poles and trees. Oops. It's the bike lane. So I don't really confuse that. And the bus go down. Go around the cemetery. A bit of colour. And the back of the library. Tip it off a bit. Happy with that. Also, some trees will be tiny. Grass on the front of that one. And get the candy road on. Don't want to be private, really. Probably use this, we don't have to park. We'll upgrade that one now. That one continues recording. There. We'll put a little park there. It just rips you off, mate. Even though you've got money, you've got a plaza on each side, so that's a nice place to go and visit the elderly. Little places for them, there's a little walkway, trees, one thing they do need that's not here. That. Some more housing down. I don't want my citizens to die all at the old age. I want them to. I need a good balance of population constantly comes through. Not putting any houses on the back of that. That's going to do us there. Right, we're a bit over halfway, so we'll put down a little bit more commercial now. Sit there. When needed. These schools to do next. So let's go ahead and finish these guys. That's going to stay a commercial sort of little area through here. So, put little lanes there. There. The farm is going to stay dirt roads because we're going to change that farm around. There's no turning lanes. Guys can just have down the road through here. Hold it out, does it? roads are a little just a smidgen bit thinner, narrower than what these roads are. I kind of like how this is working out. It's pretty cool. Very cool. Got a park down here, which will raise the value of these guys. Probably a plaza. Probably that one. And now we've got to fix up our power line to here. That now. I may put another rubbish bin down this end. It's kind of like out of the way a bit. It's hard to know. It's all coming together fairly well. Now it's going to get a little bit traffic here. Too major just yet. As these level up, traffic will start running quicker and faster. Here's our road management set. Which is cool. It's allowed this to I'm actually going to change all this right now because I don't want it to come back later. That way is in all the way. Change that direction. That way is out. Only this section here they can wrap around, which won't destroy the traffic. So let us... What happened there? Through, they got the right of way. These guys can come either way, it doesn't matter, it's a T intersection. And these guys all have to turn around here. 99% of them are going to turn left. Very rarely will they turn right, so that's good. These guys have access here. Very good. It's all connecting up rather well. And I'm pretty pleased on how this build is continuing to go. Very nice. The forestry area is not going to be sealed yet anyway, not for quite some time. No fires, I don't believe it. 65%, that'll be full by the time. Timed up the police budget again. So I think we're going to have to leave it a good balance at 65, so do enjoy your time in prison. We're going to have to put a prison down, but that doesn't unlock yet. School's good. That road there is going to be the library is in front of the line of village. Fuck, kind of hiding. Now, let's put some colour around that one. A little bit more. probably do. Probably freeze one. No, yeah, we can quite do specialised. Looking for, so what else we got? It's too bushy. These ones for the bites. So the small ones. There we go. Try and stand it out a little. Trying to confine it now when I'm putting down the bus lanes. And do a quick save. I'm going to come. Oh no, did I? Oh dear. Oh, I thought I deleted that one. That one had all my saves on it. Okay, good. Good, good. So it's really coming together good. I should do something with these parks. Finish them off, but I've got all the time in the world. I don't need to spend money on them. It's at level 4. Level 4, oh, it's almost about to go to level 5 maxed out, so I've got enough entertainment. We're spending $824 and we're making $7,616 a week just from that park. This is absolute bullshit how the game does this, right? That fucking annoys me. Okay? It just fucking shits me how they do this. It can't fuck you any other way, this game, so it fucks you like this. What a piece of shit game this is. You fucking cocksuckers. Fuck you, game. Fuck you, you piece of shit game. Fucking game. Game can't fuck me over just yet because I'm on top of it all. So, it's just going to fuck me over by doing that. Righto, we've got our own fucking ball going on now. Even though it says ore over there. Now we're producing our own ore. I just hope this isn't going to upset the entire city now. We're going to run this pot right the way through. This game can suck my fucking dick, man. Absolute fucking bullshit. Absolute fucking bullshit. Every single one of them. What, vehicles, delivery vehicles cannot get through, huh? Can't get through, huh? This game is a cheating fucking piece of shit. That's what this fucking game is. Cheating piece of fucking shit. You're out of there, cunt. You're fucking out of there too. Fucking piece of shit game. Fuck, it pisses me off. Fucking shits me, this game does. It'll fuck you over any way it can. And it doesn't give a fucking shit either. Absolute fucking bullshit.
Emoji smiling face with heart eyes.